Hello there, we are Group 8 and in this video, we will have a discussion about browser security. But before we get into that, let us look at some terminologies that will help us understand the topic better. The web browser is one of the most important and used programs in the computer, and yet not everyone knows what a web browser is. A web browser is a platform wherein you can browse the internet by visiting websites and retrieve information from it. Over the course of a few decades, the internet has drastically changed our lifestyle since we greatly depend on it. And because of that, the popularity of browsers made cybercrime even more prevalent. Cybercrime is a criminal activity that either targets or uses a computer network, or a network device. A lot of cybercrime happens over the internet browser, which is why our utmost concern in this video is your security with your browser and while you are browsing. Cybercrimes are done usually through exploits, which are weaknesses or vulnerabilities due to flaws in the system. Examples of exploits include unblocked pop-ups, malicious redirects, and DNS attacks. These are some terminologies which we'll usually hear when dealing with browser security. And with that, we can now dive into browser security. Browser security is the application of internet security to web browsers. It is done to safeguard network data and computer systems against privacy and malware breaches. In simpler terms, it is saying that organizations are creating actions or rules that will prevent any attacks or breaches of your browser. These attacks may include hackers accessing your sensitive data and information, or maybe injecting malware or virus into your computer.
As an individual, what can you do to help heighten your browser security? Number 1, installing browser security extensions. Whenever we use our browser for watching online videos, looking through our favorite online shops, and scrolling through our Facebook and Twitter news feeds, don't we all get annoyed daily by all these pop-up ads that consume time from skipping and exiting? By installing browser extensions like AdBlock Plus, HTTPS Everywhere, and Disconnect, your daily browsing can improve a lot more than before, and now with more security. 2 is updating your browser regularly. Having an out-of-date browser can lead to a lot of problems in the future once malware gets into your system. Always run your software updates because if you are consistent in checking for updates, your browser will be protected from the latest threats that might happen to your web browser. Number 3 is to never store or save passwords. Do you keep seeing an option whenever you log into a certain website about saving your password to lessen the hassle for your future use? Never save a password, because we can never be sure of a website, even the most popular and secure ones being secure 24/7. These places can make your passwords and data more vulnerable to being stolen. Number 4 is browsing in private or incognito mode. Browsing in incognito mode will not give you the total privacy that you want, since your IP address and browsing activities will still be tracked. But using this can prevent your browser cache, cookies, and web history from being stored after your browsing session. This is very important, especially when you are using a public device for browsing. Always remember that you should close your in private or incognito browser after using it to completely remove your browsing activity on your device. Lastly, number 5, choosing a secure web browser or VPN. A VPN, or a virtual private network, is hands down the best way to secure your web browser, because a VPN service protects your web privacy and security by disguising your IP address and location, and it encapsulates and encrypts your web traffic. Many people use Safari on Mac OS and iOS, and Chrome or Edge on Windows. While each of these corporations make steps to secure these browsers, the code in these browsers is not fully transparent. Many computer privacy experts believe that Google, Apple, and Microsoft's browsers is to be less trustworthy than browsers for which all of the code is publicly available, since they do not allow access to all of their codes.